Hey guys, Sarah here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be opening up my September BOXYCHARM box. So if you're interested in seeing everything that I got as well as watching me apply it, then keep watching. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. All right, let's get into it. If you guys saw my video from last month's BOXYCHARM, I hated it, quite frankly. So I will link that one up here in case you missed it and you want to go back and watch that one. So when I was opening this box, was super hopeful that I would love every single thing in here. So let's just go ahead and get into what I received this month. Opening up the box, I have the little pamphlet, and then the first thing is this blush from LORAC. This is one of the baked blushes. I have the one, I think it's in Boysenberry. This one is in Tropic Hues, and this is what it looks like. So let's look at the pamphlet. Okay, so this says Wildflower. I think that's the theme this month. And this says that it retails for $28. So I'm going to grab my blush brush really quick. Oh, this does have a little mirror. I didn't even realize. So it has like this top half is a mirror and then this bottom half is so that you can see the color through it. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Look at that fallout. That is insane. Okay, so I'm gonna go and try and be really light-handed because a lot of times products with a lot of fallout are really pigmented and I don't want to look like a clown. Okay, so this is definitely pigmented, but it's not like, it doesn't look awful. It's not that pigmented. It's definitely really glowy. I'm just gonna finish my face makeup and then I will blend this out with my sponge again. I'm gonna go in with my Jouer highlighter in the shade Topaz and just apply this really quickly. Okay, so blended out, I think that blush looks way better. It's a super pretty color. All right, the next item in the box is this brush set and this eyeshadow palette from Pretty Vulgar. So this is the Nightingale palette, and this is what it looks like. It has a nice mirror, and this is what the colors look like. So it's a really cool toned palette. And then let's see how much it retails for. So this retails for $35, and then this is a little brush set, and this retails for $18. This is from Alamar Cosmetics, which we actually got an eyeshadow palette from them 3 months ago, I think. So this has, oh, it doesn't have the brush names on here. Let's see. The flat painter brush effortlessly applies color onto the lids, which is this one, while the fluffy blender brush can be used to seamlessly blend colors together. The flat tight liner brush is perfect for direct color application on your lash lines. I am going to use these brushes and this eyeshadow palette. So the first thing, I hate packaging like this. This, I can't put it in the back. I can't put the mirror to the back, so it's hard to hold on to it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go in with Nocturnal first with that fluffy brush. And I'm just going to set my eyelids because I do have foundation on them. Okay, now I'm trying to decide if I want to go in with Pillow Fight or Hide and Seek. Okay, so Hide and Seek is super cool toned. I don't know if I want to put that into my crease, but I'm going to because there's not really another option. So. All right, that wasn't as pigmented as I was expecting it to be. So I'm going to go in with a super light hand and go into this shade, which is Flip Out, still with that really fluffy brush. And I just tapped off all the excess. I am going to just play it by ear, but I'm gonna place it in my crease, and if it's super, super dark, I'm just gonna keep it in the outer V. Okay, so it is pretty dark, so I'm just gonna place it in that outer V, and then on both eyes. And then when I'm just gonna brush this off on my tissue. And then now that I have barely anything left on the brush, I'm going to start blending this into the crease all the way across. Okay, I'm hating how this is looking. I feel like this eye is just becoming a hot mess so quickly. I'm gonna go back into this nocturnal shade, this like really light shade, and just try to blend this out and lighten it up a tad. I'm gonna go in with one of my brushes. This is the Luxie Petite Crease, and I'm going to go into Swoop, which is this chocolatey brown shade, and I'm just going to place that in the outer V. Okay, in an attempt to try to make it that I want to leave my house today, I'm gonna go into my Born to Run palette with this fluffy brush. I'm going to pick up Weekender, and then I'm just going to blend that right over on my crease, just kind of everywhere. Okay, so I'm going to have to deepen up this eye a little bit because they're totally uneven, but I'm going to go in with Riff. This is a nice transition shade. I need this type of a shade to put into my crease. It's like I cannot do my makeup without it because I just feel like it adds that life, and it's just so easy to transition your eyeshadows with a shade like that. And this Nightingale palette does not have one, so. All right, now I'm gonna go in with Clutch with that flat shader brush, and I'm going to pick up this shade and put it all over the lid. Okay, I'm gonna try and go in with my Real Techniques shading brush just to see if it's the shadow or if it's the brush. Okay, so I think it was the brush. This shading brush I was not a fan. I wasn't getting the pigmentation I wanted. It wasn't covering as much of my eyelid. I just like this one a lot better. And then I'm gonna go in with All Nighter, and I'm just going to put this in my outer V. All right, I'm going to leave that alone for now. We're gonna go in with this. It is Butter London Stroke of Wow Roll-On Precision Liner. And this retails for $19. And this is one of those like little roller ball eyeliners. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but it has this little like wheel is the applicator. So basically, it's supposed to just like roll on. Oh my God. This is such a disaster. I understand the theory of this, but in practice, because it's a wheel, it wants to go in a straight line, so it's hard to do the curve of your eye and not mess it up. It's also one width, so you have to go over the same spot multiple times to get it to be thicker. mascara on and then I'll be right back. All right, we are going to try this flat liner brush. I'm going to go in with All Nighter and just blend this out on my lower lash line. All right, the last product in the box is from LORAC. This is the Pro Liquid Lipstick in the shade Deep Burgundy. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This will likely be darker than something I would normally wear, but I already hate my makeup, so what do we have to lose? Let me just wipe off my lip balm. I feel like a second grader just did my makeup. It looks awful. So this is totally bleeding underneath and it is not staying on my lips. I would definitely need a lip liner for this lipstick. This is definitely darker than what I would go for basically ever. So, oh, I don't know if I told you guys how much that lipstick retails for. $19. So altogether, everything in the box retails for $119 this month. Let me just go through and give you guys my thoughts on everything. So first up was the Laura Geller blush. We started at an okay place and then we just plummeted from there. So this is a pretty blush. The color is not, this is not like the color that I would go out and choose first, but it's certainly pretty. It has a nice shimmer to it. It's not a matte blush. And I think that it looks pretty on the skin. If you do not like any sort of sheen in your blush, you will not like this. But I do like this formula. I've had a baked blush. I have that one. I think it's in Boysenberry. I really enjoy it, so I'm excited to have this in my collection. Next up is this eyeshadow palette. I knew that this is not something I would gravitate towards solely for the fact that it has all of these cool tones in it, and this is just not really a look that I would go for. When I use really cool like grayish tones, it makes me look dead. I did end up swatching. I can't show them to you. I'll do a close-up on this so I can show you, but I ended up swatching all of these on my arm, and some of them were patchy even when I was trying to build them up. But overall, this is just not a palette that I would use. I had a hard time blending it. I feel like my shadow looks patchy. It's pigmented in some areas, not in others. I just didn't feel like I could get a good application. And quite frankly, I hate the way that my makeup in general looks. My eyeshadow, my eyeliner, and my lipstick, I just hate all of it. So this I would not recommend. If you want a cool tone palette, there are plenty of them out there, but these were just really hard to blend in my opinion, and I would never spend $35 on this. Personal opinion. The brush set I did like. The brush that I'll probably actually grab is the fluffy blending brush. I didn't like the shader brush just because it was small and it's hard to kind of, it's very precise. So if you were trying to do like a halo eye look or something and you wanted it just in the center of that lid, this would be a good brush for that. But if you want to do an all over lid color, this just didn't work well for me. The flat liner brush I didn't enjoy just because it was hard to kind of smoke it out. I don't like a very precise line on my lash line. I kind of like to blend it out and make it look more diffused. This wasn't the easiest for that, although I would use it again in a pinch if my brushes were dirty. But this blender brush is similar to the one that I use every day. They're very, very similar in size and shape and kind of like fluffiness. So I will continue to use this brush. This liner I thought was super hard to use. I'm not new at eyeliner, but because it's the wheel, it's hard to kind of curve the wheel. It wanted to stay in a straight line. My eyes are not squares, so it was hard for me to do my liner with this, and I will not use this ever again. And lastly, the lipstick. This is not a shade that I will ever wear. You guys have probably never seen me put a lipstick this color on my lips. It just doesn't happen. It's not my style. So it's a pass. I did like the formula. This is a good formula though. And it smells super sweet. So if this was a different color, I would wear it. All right, so 2 months in a row, and I am not really a fan. This box was definitely a pass for me. Let me know down below in the comments if you also got this box. Did you get the same things I got? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you indifferent? Let me know all the things down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.